to Shea Stadium, where it's Philadelphia versus the New York Mets. Philadelphia has won 5 of their last 6. Steve Carlton takes them out for Philadelphia. He's made 2 starts on the year and is 1-1 with an ERA of 5.4. His second start against the New York Mets. He's 0-1 with an 11.25 ERA against the Mets. He'll be opposed by Ron Darling for the Mets. He's made 1 start on the year and is 0-1 with an ERA of 5.68. His second start against Philadelphia. He's 0-1 with a 5.6 ERA against him. It's 63 degrees, wind speed 7 miles per hour, right to left. I don't mind actually repeating all of that and reading it out. So again, welcome back to Shea Stadium. It's April 18th, 1986. This is the first game of a 3-game series between the Mets and the Phillies. Philadelphia is 5-1. The Mets are 3-2 as we go into this interesting series. So hopefully we play a little baseball today. Starting pitcher for the Mets, well, will be Ron Darling, and he had a rough outing his first time out. But let's first take a look at the starting lineup for the Phillies. It will be Gary Ritas batting first, Milt Thompson batting second, Von Hayes will bat third, Schmidt will bat fourth, Glenn Wilson will be batting fifth, Russell will be batting sixth, Luis Aguayo batting seventh, Jeltz batting eighth, and of course Steve Carlton batting ninth. Defensively for the Mets we have Keith Hernandez at first. Tim Tuffle again gets the nod at second. This is the actual lineup for April 18, 1986. Rafael Santana at short. Ray Knight at third. Foster out in left. Dykstra in center. Strawberry in right. Still looking for his first home run. Gary Carter behind the plate. And on the mound for the Mets will be Ron Darling. 5.68 ERA. He's no wins, 1 loss. But we'll see if he can bounce back today here at Shea Stadium. We go to the top of the first, and it will be Gary Ritas leading off Philadelphia. He's batting .320 early in the replay. Here's the pitch from Darling. Struck him out. 1 down. That's a nice way to start for Ron. And now we'll bring up Milt Thompson, batting .200 early in the replay. Here's the pitch to Thompson. And Thompson hits one down the line. Foul. Just foul. Thompson only hit 6 home runs for the Phillies in '86, but we know he's capable of getting him out of there. Here's the pitch again to Thompson. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thompson grounds one to Knight, throws to first, and he is out of there. What a great play by Ray Knight. And now the batter will be Von Hayes, who's also off to a pretty good start for the replay. 6 for 16, 2 doubles and a home run, 4 RBIs. Von Hayes was one of the better players the Phillies had that year. Here's the pitch from Darling, 2 men away. Hayes pops one up. This should be a pretty easy play. Knight puts it away, and that's the inning. So we go to the bottom of the first, no score. The Chicago White Sox and Boston are tied at 0-0, just starting their game in the American League. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Mets. We have Dykstra batting first. Again, Tim Tuffle will bat second. Hernandez bats third. Carter batting cleanup. Strawberry batting fifth. George Foster batting sixth. Ray Knight batting seventh. Rafael Santana batting eighth. And Ron Darling batting ninth. The Phillies will put these guys into the infield. Von Hayes at first base. Luis Aguayo at second. Steve Jeltz at short. Mike Schmidt at third. Gary Ritas in left field. Milt Thompson in center. Glenn Wilson in right. John Russell the catcher. And on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies, Steve Carlton. He had a 1.5 ERA when the Mets actually played him the first time, and we blew it up. And we got the win over him, too. He's got a 5.4 ERA at the moment. 1 win, 1 loss. So we're here at the bottom of the first inning for the Mets. And leading off will be Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra off to a little bit of a struggling start. Only 4 for 21 for the replay at the moment. Here's the pitch to Dykstra. Dykstra hits one to Jeltz, who's going to get him out at first, 1 out. I've decided to go to a different ballparks, but use some of these. I kind of like the drawing up ballparks and the photographs. I think they actually look a little bit more, to me, a little bit more laid out, and it looks. I think it just seems to make sense. I really didn't like the photographs. Tim Tuffle will bat. He's 2 for 12 for the replay. Here's the pitch from Carlton, and Tuffle draws a walk, so he'll go to first. And that is the 7th walk issued by Carlton for the replay so far. And now the batter is Hernandez. Hernandez off to a good start, 8 of 19. A double and a triple, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Tuffle on at first. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. And he hits one. Foul. Just foul. No balls and 2 strikes on Keith. Here's the pitch. And Hernandez will go down on strikes. First strikeout for Carlton. And now we'll see Gary Carter. Carter had a pretty good game the last time. He was up. He hit his 2nd home run, and he's now 5 for 18 so far for the replay. Here's the pitch to the kid. Carter pops this one up. A lazy pop-up fly ball. And Jeltz is going to camp under it and put it away. So nothing across in the bottom of the first, except Tuffle drew the walk. No score. We go to the 2nd inning. Houston and Cincinnati just getting underway on some National League action. Mike Schmidt will bat for the Phillies. 4 for 21 so far. He's off to a slow start as well for the replay. Here's the pitch from Darling. Struck him out. 2nd strikeout for Ron Darling, and the batter will be Glenn Wilson. Here's the pitch. He strikes out. 3rd strikeout for Darling, and now John Russell will come out. Russell 2 for 8 so far for the replay. Here's the pitch to Russell. Russell pops one up shallow left, and Foster looks like it's going to be an error. And it is an error. Russell's going to wind up on 2nd. So Foster drops it. He looked a little unsteady out there. That's a big error. And so that brings up Luis Aguayo to the bat. He's 2 for 8 for the replay. So the Phillies will get themselves an extra out. Question is, can Ron Darling do the job to put him down? Here's the pitch to Aguayo. And he struck him out. Ron Darling strikes out the side. And that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. Darryl Strawberry will bat for New York. He is 6 for 20 for the replay. So not bad, but he still has yet to get his 1st home run. Could this be the game he does it? Strawberry bats, but against lefties, he only bats .209. Let's see how he does. Here's the pitch from Carlton. And Strawberry draws a leadoff walk, which is a good thing, so he'll go to first. And the batter will be George Foster. Strawberry, 81% chance to steal. I'll probably put him on. I'll probably send him along. He had 28 stolen bases, so let's see if we can get him in there. Gonna try a hit and run. Well, George Foster though a 4, so we'll see what we can do here. Try a run and hit. Here's the pitch. There goes Strawberry, and Foster pops one up, and it's a foul ball. No balls, 1 strike. Los Angeles leads Atlanta 1-0 in the 2nd inning in National League action. 85% chance. Here's the pitch. There goes Strawberry. The throw is going to go into the field, into the outfield. Strawberry have a stolen base. It'll be an error on the Phillies. So Strawberry goes to 3rd. And that's an error on John Russell. So the Mets now have a runner at 3rd, nobody out. 1 ball, 1 strike on Foster. A chance to get Strawberry home. Here's the pitch from Carlton. And Foster strikes out, and that's the one thing you didn't want. So here's Ray Knight. Ray Knight, 3 for 11 for the replay. Steve Carlton, one of the best pitchers in baseball history. Yeah, I'll say that. Top 15, if not top 10. Steve Carlton was masterful in the 70s, but here in the 80s, Carlton really started to drop off a little bit as he was getting up there in years. Strawberry on at 3rd, Knight at plate. Here's the pitch. It's a ground one right to the infield for a base hit. Knight will wind up at first. It'll score Strawberry, and the Mets get a 1-0 lead. A nice RBI by Ray Knight. The batter will be Rafael Santana, batting 4 for 19 for the replay. Knight on at first, not much a threat to steal. 1 out. Here's the pitch to Santana. Santana grounds one into the center field for a base hit. He's going to try for 2, and he's got it. It's a double. Rafael Santana now beginning to hit a little bit. Runners at second and third, and still 1 out. But the brings up the pitcher, Ron Darling. Darling, an excellent bunter. The corners are in for the infield. You got to be careful, maybe trying a squeeze, but Knight doesn't have that much speed. We'll see what we do here. I'm going to hit away. Here's the pitch from Carlton to Darling. Darling hits one to center. Is it deep enough? Thompson's got it. Knight tagging. Knight coming home, and he will score easily. So Ron Darling does the job, at least gets the run home, and is now 2-0 Mets. Santana still at second. The batter now is Dykstra. He's 0 for 1. There's the pitch. Dykstra grounds one to Jeltz, and he's going to be close. Out of there. And that ends the inning. But 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. And after 2, the Mets are ahead of Philadelphia 2-0. We go to the third. Houston and Cincinnati still tied at 1 in National League action. Steve Jeltz will come up to bat for the Phillies. 4 for 20 for the replay. Ron Darling on the mound. Kind of funny, here I am playing a game between the Phillies and the Mets with Ron Darling on the mound, and I just finished listening to Ron Darling in that watch the National League Division Series where the Braves lost to the Cardinals today. Congratulations to the Cardinals for a big series win. I do feel hard for the Braves. What a way to lose in that last game of their series. Jeltz at the plate. Here's the pitch from Darling. And that's a leadoff walk. So Jeltz will go to first. And that will bring up Steve Carlton, the batter. He batted actually 206. So he can actually get a few hits. He probably might be bunting. Now I'm going to bring in the corners, and here's the pitch to Carlton. Carlton bunts it down. Carter's going to throw him out at first. So that's 1 out, but Jeltz does go to second. And now the batter is Reedus, who's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to Reedus from Darling. Reedus hits one to left, but Foster's there to make the catch down at the line and will hold Jeltz at second. Nice play by Foster. Kind of comes through a little bit for that, for the error in the last inning. Jeltz is on at second. Here's Thompson. He's 0 for 1. Thompson looking at the plate. Here's the pitch to Thompson. Struck him out. So Ron Darling, who didn't really have it in his first game against the Phillies, he's got it so far this one, but a long way to go. We go to the bottom of the third, still 2-0 Mets. Tim Tuffle will bat against Carlton. Tuffle walked his last time up. Here's the pitch from Carlton. Tuffle laces one in the outfield, but Wilson's got it near the track. 1 out. Here's Hernandez. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Carlton. Struck him out. Third strikeout for Steve Carlton today, and now we'll see Carter. Carter 0 for 1. Toes the rubber. This is Carlton. Gets the signs. Here's the pitch. And Carter goes down on strike. So Carlton kind of goes ahead and redeems himself after the second inning. 3 in the books. Still 2-0 Mets over Philadelphia. We go to the fourth. Vaughn Hayes, the batter for the Phillies. He's 0 for 1. Darling getting the signs. There's the pitch. Hayes dribbles one to Tuffle, and they're going to get him out at first. And that's 1 out. Try to keep Von Hayes off the base pads if possible. He was a terror for the Phillies that year. He was their best hitter. Von Hayes batted .305 that year and pretty much played every game. Had 600 bats, had 19 home runs, 24 stolen bases. Von Hayes was the best player for the Phillies. Phillies wearing their powder blues. I always liked that color. Mets are in their pinstripes. Mike Schmidt, the batter, 0 for 1. There's the pitch from Darling. Schmidt dribbles one to Santana, who comes in, charges. Does he get him? He's out of there. 2 men down. And now here's Glenn Wilson. He's 0 for 1. There's the pitch to Wilson, and he smacked it. Ron Darling hits Wilson. That's a hit by pitch. It'll send Wilson to first and now bring up John Russell. Never want to put a player on base to hit a batter. Never want to do that. But now Darling's got to go ahead and size it up and try again. Russell at the plate. Here's the pitch. And there's Wilson trying to steal, and he's going to get it. It's safe. So Wilson steals the base. He'll go to second. Russell's still at the plate. And this time they're going to intentionally walk Russell, so the play will be at any base. And now Luis Aguayo will bat. He's 2 for 9. Now a 2-2 tie between the White Sox and the Red Sox in the American League. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Aguayo from Darling. Aguayo hits one to center. Dykstra backpedaling, but he's got it. And the Mets get out of the jam. We go to the bottom of the fourth, still 2-0. Kansas City and Toronto are now tied at 2 in the American League, 4th inning. Darryl Strawberry will bat for the Mets. I believe he walked his last time up. Here's the pitch from Carlton. And that's another walk to Strawberry. So Strawberry goes to first. That is the 3rd walk issued by Carlton in this game. Strawberry definitely a threat to steal. Foster at the plate. There goes Strawberry on the steal. The throw is not in time. Strawberry steals second base. That is the 2nd stolen base for Strawberry. He's on second. Foster at the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch from Carlton. And he walks Foster. So Carlton now has walked 4 batters. And now runners at first and second, nobody out. And Ray Knight is the batter. Milwaukee leads the Yankees 1-0 in the American League. 2nd inning. Ray Knight coming into the batter's box. He's 1 for 1. Here's the pitch from Carlton. Knight hits one into the outfield for a base hit. Wilson's going to make the play, and Johnson is not going to send Strawberry home, and they're going to have the bases loaded for Rafael Santana. Santana is 1 for 1, and they're going to keep the bases loaded. Glenn Wilson does have a good arm. Santana at the plate. Bases loaded. Steve Carlton in a little bit of a jam here, and nobody out here in the 4th. A very good opportunity for the Mets. Here's the pitch to Santana, and he grounds one through the infield for a base hit. That will score Strawberry. Foster will hold at third. It's now 3-0 Mets as Santana comes through with another big hit. Still nobody out. The batter now is Darling. Bases still loaded. Can Darling come through with another hit somewhere? Carlton toes the rubber. Definitely some sweat on his brow. But here's the pitch. And Russell's going to go talk to Carlton. And now the pitch. Struck him out. Darling goes down on strikes. One man down, but the base is still loaded now for Dykstra. Dykstra 0 for 2, and he's due for a hit. He's only batting 174 for the replay at this time. But Dykstra a chance to maybe get a big hit now with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch to Lenny. And Nails strikes out. So Carlton, who walks a couple of batters, now strikes out 2 batters. And now it's up to Tuffle, who's 0 for 1. So Carlton got himself into the jam. Now he's pitching himself out of the jam. But here's the pitch to Tuffle. Here it comes. And it's a walk. So another walk batter. Foster will score. It's now 4-0 New York. That is the 5th walk issued by Carlton. And now Keith Hernandez the batter. And the base is still loaded. And Hernandez is 0 for 2, so he should be due for a big hit. Carlton looks at Russell, checks the signs. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. Hernandez lanes one to Ritas, and it is caught at the track. And that ends the inning. Maybe the Mets should have gotten some more, but we'll take it. 4 innings in the books, and the Mets lead Philadelphia 4-0. We go to the 5th. Steve Jeltz will lead it off for the Phillies. Ron Darling pitching a good game so far. Let's see if he can keep it up. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. That is strikeout number 6 for Darling. And now Steve Carlton is due to bat. Will the Phillies let him bat? Here's the pitch to Carlton. And nope, they're going to go ahead and pinch hit. So that'll be it for Carlton. And again, the Mets chase him out. It'll be Joe LaFay who will go ahead and bat for the Phillies. Joe LaFay in 1986 was only 2 for 18. Batted 111 average. They'll pinch hit. Nobody on base, 1 out so far. And here's the pitch from Darling. LaFay grounds one to Hernandez. He should take it himself, and he does. And that's the 2nd out. So the fans here at Shea Stadium are enjoying this one so far. And now here's Ritas. Ritas 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Ron Darling. Ritas hits one into the gap, but Strawberry's got it. And no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, still 4-0 Mets. And now coming on to pitch for the Phillies will be Dave Stewart. Dave Stewart, what do you think? In that year, in 1986, a 6.57 ERA. He's pitched 2 innings so far for the Phillies. Dave Stewart. I got to tell you, I think he was one of the more unsung pitchers in history. I mean, he did win 3 World Series titles. He was a World Series MVP. He's not in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if you put him in the Hall of the Very Good, but he actually he got the job done when he was there for Philadelphia, when he was with Oakland. I think Dave Stewart maybe got a little bit of a bum rap, but I always thought he was a fine pitcher. Definitely, in my opinion, a good pitcher. Hey, you won 3 World Series titles, so in my opinion, you're a good pitcher. Bottom of the 5th inning, Gary Carter leads off for the Mets. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Carter hits one deep down the line to left, but it is caught by Ritas, and there's 1 out. Now we'll see Strawberry. Strawberry has scored twice. He has 2 stolen bases in this game, 2 so far for the replay, and yet he's 0 for 0 because he's walked both times. Strawberry hits righties better than lefties. Here's the pitch from Stewart. Strawberry hits one deep, and it is gone! Darryl Strawberry finally gets his first home run of the season as he blasts that one off of Dave Stewart, 344 feet, and it is now 5-0 Mets. George Foster will come up to bat. Stewart still on the mound. Here's the pitch to Foster. Foster dribbles one to Schmidt, and he should gun him out, and he does, and that's the 2nd out. Big home run by Strawberry. He finally gets his first home run of the year. It only took the 6th game for him to get it for the Mets. Here's Ray Knight. He's 2 for 2. Here's the pitch from Stewart. Knight pops one up to Wilson. In foul territory, but he makes the play. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. 5 in the books. 5-0 Mets over Philadelphia. We go to the 6th. Milt Thompson will bat for the Phillies. Darling toes the rubber. He's made 85 pitches so far. But here's the pitch to Thompson. Thompson hits one to left, but Foster's got it, 1 out. And now the batter is Von Hayes, who's 0 for 2. Darling's done a good job to keep Hayes off the base pads. Von Hayes steps in. Here's the pitch from Darling. Hayes grounds one to Knight, and Knight's going to gun him down at first. And that is the 2nd out. And now Mike Schmidt, 0 for 2 as well. He's batting 4 for 23 for the replay. Darling steps in. Here's the pitch to Schmidt. Struck him out. 7th strikeout for Darling. And that's what you want to do. If you're the Mets, you do not want to give up any runs in an inning, in the next inning after you score runs. Still 5-0 Mets. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Atlanta leads the Dodgers 4-1 in the 6th inning in some National League action. Rafael Santana is the batter, and he's having a career day. 2 for 2 with a double and an RBI. Santana off to a very good start. Not bad for a guy that batted 218 in 1986, and he's now batting 286. Even though it's very early in the replay, it's still good to see Santana have that kind of average for now. Here's the pitch to Santana from Stewart. Santana hits one right to Stewart. Stewart will throw him out, 1 down. And now Ron Darling, who's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to Darling. Struck him out. And now Lenny Dykstra, who's 0 for 3. Bit of a slump. We'll see if Dykstra, though, can come through with a big hit. Here's the pitch to Dykstra. Dykstra hits a base hit up the middle, all the way to the wall. Dykstra going for 2, and he is safe. That's a double for Dykstra, so he holds. Runner on second, 2 outs. Here's Tim Tuffle. Tuffle 0 for 1. He's walked a couple of times, and here's the pitch. Tuffle hits one down to right, but Wilson's got it, and that will end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors. Still 5-0 Mets. We go to the 7th. Ron Darling says he's okay. Glenn Wilson, the batter for the Phillies. Here's the pitch to Glenn Wilson from Darling. He grounds one. Tuffle's got it. Throws to first. 1 out. And now we'll see John Russell. Russell coming up. He's 0 for 1 today. Here's the pitch to Russell from Darling. Struck him out. That is the 8th strikeout for Darling. And now Luis Aguayo, the batter. He is 0 for 2. Here's the windup and the pitch. Struck him out. Nothing across. We go to the bottom of the 7th, still 5-0 Mets. Keith Hernandez will lead it off against Dave Stewart. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. Hernandez hits one to the outfield for a base hit. The Mets get the leadoff runner at first. Wilson tosses it back in. The batter now will be Carter. Carter goes 0 for 3. He's due to get something. Here's the pitch to Gary. Carter hits one to center, but Milt Thompson makes the catch. 1 down. Hernandez goes back to first, and now we'll see Strawberry. Strawberry 1 for 1 but he hit his first home run of the season, and he scored 3 runs today. Looks like Strawberry has a good chance to make a play. We'll see how it goes. Here's the pitch to Strawberry. Strawberry hits one right to Hayes. 2 down. Nice play by Von Hayes. The batter now is Foster, who's 0 for 2. But Foster has scored a run. Stewart checking. Here's the pitch to Foster. And he walks him. So runners at first and second now for Knight, who's 2 for 3 today, with an RBI and a run scored. Knight steps out the batter's box. Now he gets back in. Stewart looking at him. He gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Ray Knight. Struck him out. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 7, it's still 5-0 Mets. We go to the 8th. Texas leads Baltimore 10-5. The leading off the batter for the Phillies is Steve Jeltz. Darling might be tired, but I think he says he can go. Here's the pitch to Jeltz. Jeltz lifts one to Tuffle, and he throws to first and gets him. 1 out. And the batter now will be Dave Stewart, but I'm pretty sure the Phillies will bring in a pinch hitter, and they do. It's going to be Rick Shea. Rick Shea will pinch hit for Philadelphia. 1 for 7 for the replay. Darling gets the signal from Carter. Here's the pitch to Shea. Shea laces one to Knight. Can Knight get him out? Yes, 2 outs. 2 men down. The batter now is Gary Reedus, who's 0 for 3. Darling now showing a little bit of tiredness. The batter is Reedus. Here's the pitch from Darling to Reedus. Reedus hits one into the outfield for a base hit. Reedus will get to first, and yes, I know a no-hitter was going through I just didn't want to mention it. So the Philadelphia Phillies break up the no-hitter, and Reedus will be on first, but yep, that'll be it for Darling. Coming in to pitch for the Mets will be Randy Neiman. I'm going to bring him in instead of Orozco. Neiman in the in 86, 3.79 ERA, 2 wins, 3 losses. Reedus on at first base. Also, Reedus' chance to steal went from a 90 to like a 45%. Thompson is the batter. That's the first hit of the game for the Phillies, as the no-hitter is gone, but what a great night for Darling. Now the Mets just got to close the deal. Thompson at the plate. Here's the pitch from Neiman. Thompson grounds one into the outfield for a base hit. Reedus is going to go to third. He'll make it. And so runners now at first and third with 2 outs. And the batter now is Von Hayes. And with a swing of the bat, Hayes can make this game interesting. Second hit for Philadelphia. Neiman's still on the mound. Here's the pitch to Hayes. And he grounds one to Hernandez, who will take it himself, and the Mets get out of the jam. After 7.5, it's still 5-0 Mets. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Kansas City and Toronto tied at 3 in the 8th inning in American League action. The new pitcher for the Phillies will be Larry Anderson. 2.25 ERA for the replay. He's pitched 4 innings, given up 7 hits, 2 walks, and had a K. Rafael Santana leads off for the Mets. He's 2 for 3 today with a double and an RBI. Here's the pitch from Anderson. Santana dribbles one to Schmidt, who will gun him down at first. 1 out. And now we'll see Randy Neiman. Randy Neiman did make a couple at bats. But we will bring in a pinch hitter. And coming on to pinch hit for the Mets will be Danny Heat. 2 for 5 for the replay. Anderson gets into the stretch and the windup. Here's the pitch to Heat. Heat grounds one to Hayes. Hayes should be able to take it himself, and he does, and that's the second out. 2 men down now for Dykstra. Dykstra 1 for 4. He has a double in this game. Here's the pitch from Anderson. Dykstra hits one to center. Thompson should get there, and he does. A great play by Thompson. It looks like he laid out for it, and he got it. 8 innings in the books. Still 5-0. We go to the top of the 9th as the Mets try to close the game out. Mike Schmidt is the batter. It's a bunch of right-handers out, so the Mets will definitely go to the bullpen. And coming on to pitch for the Mets will be Bruce Bereni. In 1986, a 6.35 ERA, 2 wins, 2 losses. He did pitch 39 innings. This is not a safe situation. That's the reason why I didn't want to bring in McDowell. 5-0 Mets, trying to close the game out here at Shea. Schmidt the batter. Here's the pitch from Bereni. Schmidt grounds one to Knight. A great play by Ray Knight, who tosses him out at first. So Schmidt goes 0-4. Was a diving snag by Knight and lots of time. And we have 1 out. The batter now is Glenn Wilson. He's 0-2. The pitch from Bereni, and we're going to see a pinch hitter for the Phillies in Darren Dalton. He's 3 for 13 for the replay. And I'm going to keep Bereni in the game. I'll keep Bereni to pitch to him. Here's the pitch to Dalton. And it's a walk. So Dalton gets a 1-out walk. The batter is John Russell. Dalton not really a threat to steal. Russell at the plate for Philly. Here's the pitch from Bereni. And it's going to be a wild pitch as Dalton will move to second. It was low and just inside. Russell still at the plate. Here's the pitch from Bereni. And he grounds one into the outfield for a base hit. Dalton will go ahead and score. So Russell gets himself an RBI. It's now 5-1. And now the batter is Luis Aguayo. Still not a safe situation. And Aguayo the batter. Bereni checks the signs. Here's the pitch to Aguayo. And he pops one up. And it looks like Santana's calling for it. It's a sky ball. And Santana's got it, 2 outs. And now the batter is Steve Jeltz. And Bereni's going to be asked to try to get this game out, although Orozco is ready to go if necessary, or McDowell. Bereni checks the signs. Here's the pitch to Jeltz. Jeltz hits one up the middle. That's a base hit. Russell will go to third. And with runners at first and third, the batter now is Larry Anderson, and I'm sure we'll see a pinch hitter. And it will be Greg Gross who will pinch hit. Greg Gross, making his first appearance of the replay. He batted .248, and he bats worse against lefties. So coming on to pitch now for the Mets will be Jesse Orozco. Orozco making looks like his 3rd appearance. No wins, 1 loss, and a save. 4.5 ERA. It'll be up to Orozco to end this game suddenly. Runners at first and third for the Phillies. Gross, the pinch hitter. Orozco gets ready for the sign. Here's the pitch to Gross. And he grounds one to Tuffle, throws to first. That will do it, and the Mets get a win in the books. That's all from Shea Stadium. So the New York Mets get a win over Philadelphia. Darling goes to 1-1, pitched just beautifully today. The one run is not charged to him, so he does just fine. He gets the win. He goes to 1-1 on the season. His ERA drops to 2.57. Had a beautiful game. Jesse Orozco picks up his second save. Steve Carlton takes his second loss. He drops to 1-2. Darryl Strawberry got the home run, so I'll give him the Golden Bat Award. But Ron Darling is definitely the player of the game. Pitched just marvelously. 7.2 innings pitched. Had a no-hitter through almost 8. He only gave up 1 hit, 2 walks, but 9 strikeouts. Ron Darling had an awesome game for the Mets tonight. The Mets improved their record to 4-2. Philadelphia's record drops to 5-2 as the Mets are chasing the Phillies so far early on. Let's take a look at the batting. As we can take a look, as you can see that Ray Knight and Santana each had 2 hits for the Mets today. But Strawberry was 1 for 2. He scored 3 times, had an RBI, walked twice, had 2 stolen bases too tonight. He was amazing, even though Santana had a good night as well. It was a tough night. It was a tough night for the Phillies, but the Mets come out on top. Well, everybody, that's it for tonight's game. We'll see you next time for the second game of this 3-game set. Until then, good night, everybody. Once again, Mets over Philadelphia, 5-1. See you next time, people.